What's up, guys? Hope you are well. Since the War of the Best, we haven't really spent much time with Crocodile. We see him in cover pages here and there, but not much more. But his return with the crossguild has got me and the One Piece community so hyped. But before we get too excited, let's like and subscribe. Please and thank you. Now, the return of Crocodile honestly started hitting heavier only recently. It's funny how in Alabasta we all completely hated him. Oda wrote him so well. He was a classic Bond villain. He had style, class, money, power. He built a criminal organization and was taking over a country due to his cunning and guile. Along with all that going for him, he has a crazy Logia ability, the sand fruit. Not only can his body turn into sand, but he can also dehydrate what is around him and turn it to sand. In Alabasta, we completely hated his guts. He was cocky, arrogant, and just plain evil, but he provided Luffy and his crew a way to become stronger and figure out a way to surpass what they previously could not. He also gave us a glimpse into the world. He spoke of wanting to acquire an ancient weapon called Pluton and use it to attack Whitebeard. Now that opens up two lore paths. The first is he introduced the idea of ancient weapons and finding them with the poneglyphs. The second is Whitebeard. Although we learned about Whitebeard through Ace, it was crazy to hear that Crocodile had a feud with a well-known pirate who was powerful and known throughout the world. Hating Crocodile in Alabasta was easy, but what was hard was accepting that he would assist Luffy to get out of Impel Down. Technically, Luffy let him out of his cell, so Crocodile had no choice but to help them escape. As the ragtag team made their way up the levels of the prison, I grew to love Crocodile more and more. Yeah, he was a villain before, but he's helping Luffy escape. Plus, he's super powerful, and adding him to their ranks allows them to move on quicker. The moment that completely sold me on cheering for him was when he, Daz, Buggy, and Jinbei go out to sea and take down the Navy ships and commandeer one of them for their escape. That sequence was amazing. Crocodile, Daz, and Buggy rode on top of a door in the water while Jinbei carried them to the ships. They all look so cool and casually bypass the enemy ships. Having all these strong combatants fighting side by side, uniting under one purpose, was so freaking cool. It's always pretty awesome when old enemies become allies for a common goal. At the war though, Luffy does fend off Crocodile when he goes after Whitebeard. Another amazing moment. Also, when him and Doffy go at it, it is also interesting considering Doffy only uses his devil fruit power, but with no haki. But the best moment during the war was simply when Crocodile takes out the Marines who are about to execute Ace, simply because he doesn't want to see the Marines win. When you think about it, I am sure he does have a grudge against the Marines. He got dethroned of his warlord status after his loss to Luffy. I'm sure he feels bitter, especially if the Marines had some sort of idea what Crocodile was up to with Baroque Works. The Marines and world government's arm stretched so far that I'm sure they knew what Crocodile was up to. So for them to turn their back on him after his loss, I'm pretty sure he was pissed and decided to strike back by saving Ace. So that was pretty awesome. Crocodile isn't a top 10 favorite for many, maybe not even top 20, but he slowly worms his way into your heart, and you can't help but realize how badass and awesome he can be. What I have grown to love about him is how suave, relaxed, and intelligent he can be. He loves the finer things in life and lives eloquently, but also has a grit that makes him a top fighter and survivor. It's interesting to me, his goals seem super different than any other pirates. He doesn't really want the One Piece or has made the declaration. Instead, he is happy to make loads of money and have status and power. Maybe he still wants to get the weapon Pluton so he can be at the top of the heap in regards to power. But it just seems as of now that he doesn't want to take over the world or anything like that. He wants to profit off the system that is currently in place and gain wealth and live high class. But what if that paradigm shatters? What if a new way of living is on the horizon and the world as he knows it is coming to an end? Well, that could give him motive to step in and take part in this new war. As we know of his whereabouts now, Crocodile is on Holly Bolly Island with Buggy and Mihawk. They created an underworld organization profiting off of the hunting of Marines. We find out that Crocodile had the whole plan up his sleeves and invited Mihawk to join him. Unfortunately, Buggy got the credit and is now a Yonko. But to know that Crocodile is always grinding and decided to start another organization after his previous one failed shows how his entrepreneurial mind works. I'd say he's a true genius. He is cunning and uses every situation to his advantage. Prison breakout, I'm in. Fighting the world government alongside an enemy that is Whitebeard, I can do that. Every twist and turn of the Summit War saga, Crocodile goes with the flow and adapts to the situation he finds himself in. He does a lot of the heavy lifting as we see him fight for his life to get out of the prison and blends into the ranks fighting against the Marines at the war. Whatever he has to do to survive, he does it. So he isn't some pretentious genius villain who doesn't do any of his own dirty work. He has grit and is able to overcome and jump on any opportunity that's in front of him. Now, let's just discuss real quick how great his plan was in Alabasta, because I think his level of genius and strategy is super underrated. No, we're not going to cheer for him to win in Alabasta, but every detail he has behind this country takeover is literally planned out to the T and is executed almost perfectly. And he would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for those meddling kids. So first, he is the head of a criminal organization containing around 2,000 men. The organization is set up as whoever is the strongest has a higher rank. Everyone has codenames within the organization and are referred to by them. The organization is so secret that no one knows the identity of even the boss besides his partner, Miss All Sunday, aka Nico Robin. They earn their money by being bounty hunters and turning in pirates and criminals for profit. He then uses the money he was making from these bounties to buy real estate and open a casino, making even more money. He has lackeys, he has the profits, and he has the lair thanks to the casino. Now he has the plan. The plan was nearly flawless. All he had to do was pit a bunch of people against each other, but the way he did it was genius. First, he took away the rain, bringing the country into a drought, making it difficult to survive for the citizens. As the country grew weary, a rebellion started up to counteract the king and his royal army. One group trying to hold everything together while the other is at their throats, causing tension and chaos. The day Crocodile set out to take over the nation was the same day the rebellion was set to attack the capital. Crocodile had the nation he was trying to take over weaken themselves and kill each other. Yes, with Crocodile's ability, he probably could have taken over the nation all by himself, but he had a plan that he had to stick to. Not only did he have all the country's strong fighters in one location fighting each other, but he placed a bomb in the same place to take them all out, allowing himself to rule over a nation with a lot of people strong enough to rebel. What I think is so interesting about this is the parallels of the Straw Hats preventing a country being taken over and turning into a country that later on they go save, which is Wano. And that was already imprisoned for 20 years. Kind of a cool little parallel right there. So Crocodile also had planted some seeds within the ranks of the armies. Not only did he have a man who was a shapeshifter and able to pretend he was the king and make himself look bad to the citizens, but he had also placed his agents within the royal army and the rebellion. So when their leaders call for a ceasefire, they get shot and set ablaze a whole new tension. anger, and survival. Oh yeah, he told his agents that a bomb he planted was a cannon, so regardless of setting it off at the time he selected, it was going to blow up with them there or not. He had failsafe after failsafe, but he and his top agents were not able to stand up against the Straw Hats and defeat them. So now you can kind of see what a brilliant mind he has, and the fact that he is showing up again in the story within a new organization he thought up and is the mastermind behind makes me realize how truly genius he is. I mean, this new organization kind of gets the Marines off his back, and it also allows the whole underworld to back him. Also, his bounty being the lowest of the three really makes me think he is the one I need to really watch out for. Yes, Buggy is not supposed to be an emperor and pretty much a gag, and Mihawk is the strongest swordsman and will fight Zoro one day, but Crocodile put all the pieces together. He is the one who set it up, and I believe he has a huge role coming up in the story. I have no idea what will happen with him, but I cannot wait to see the incredible things he does coming up. Well, that's it. Just wanted to give Crocodile his flowers and allow people to be hyped for his greatness. Please like, share, and subscribe. See ya.